Yeah, so you can start whenever you like.
Great, thanks. All right, I'll just let everybody settle in for just a moment here. Just gonna make sure my phone is muted. Hello, I'll just give everybody a minute to connect and we will get started. Hi. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
So, all right, we will get some introductions done and get everything going. So I'm Julie, I'm from Ocean Rehab and Fitness, and I will be exercising with you today. You can be happy that you are in whatever location you are that is probably warmer than where I am today. I'm just outside of Calgary and our wind chill is about -40 as our daytime high right now. So you're probably not jealous of me right now. So I'm happy this class is online and I'm tucked inside. All right, for today's class, all you'll need for equipment is a single weight. So whether you have a small dumbbell with you or whether you want to use a water bottle or a soup can or whatever else for resistance, that is all great. If you decide you'd rather just use range of motion with your own body weight, that's fine too for some of the exercises we do today. So that's always an option as well. I have my water bottle handy. I will cue you on some water breaks and of course take a water break whenever you like. And as per usual, I'll stick around for a few minutes after class in case you have any questions or want to chat for a few minutes. So I'm happy to do that with you. So we'll get started now. If you're in a wheelchair, wheels are locked. We are going to be doing a little bit of overhead work, just single arm work. So if you know with your wheelchair that you need to be with some support against a wall, perhaps for some of the workout, feel free to arrange yourself and do that as needed. And we will also be doing some hinged work. If you use a chest strap, you might want to put that on and get all ready. We will just start with some breathing exercise and then move into our warm-up. So you can get comfortable in your seat, just sitting nice and even on your 2 hip bone points. Maybe you'll close your eyes for this first portion. It's always optional. And we'll focus on our breathing first, as we always do in class. Thinking first about every breath in, taking the crown of our head a little bit closer to the ceiling, and every breath out being a complete breath out. So squeezing all the air out. Breath in, the crown of your head gets a little closer to the ceiling, making you a bit taller, and breath out to release. And we'll do a couple more like that. Breath in, crown of your head, closer to the ceiling, breath out to release. And one more. And release. Good. Our focus on our breathing is coming to our chest now. You can put a hand to your chest if you like to get that cueing of the rise and fall of your chest. So breath in, expansion through your rib cage, breath out to release. Again, breath in to expand and out to release. 2 more like that. And last one. And then moving your hand or your focus to your belly, taking a breath in like you're filling up a balloon with air, and a breath out using your core muscles to squeeze the air out. So a nice even breath in and out where your core muscles start to engage to pull your belly button towards your backbone on the exhale. We'll do 2 more like that. And last one. Good. From there, you can just have your hands comfortably on your lap if you like, as we start to move through our neck, getting a little bit warmer through the neck joint with side to side movements, ear towards your shoulder. Probably nice and slow, paying attention if there's any spots that you need to spend a little extra time pausing and giving an extra stretch to. Last one each way like that. And then we'll move the motion from center down towards your lap, back to center and up towards the ceiling. Okay, we'll go through a couple more like that. And last one, to your lap, to center, up towards the ceiling and back to center. Good. Just keep your hands on your lap for a moment and give me some shoulder rolls to the back. So thinking about a little bit of a squeeze up and then a big rotation to the back before you return to your start position. Maybe your arms start to come into play a little bit so they can kind of just gently move to the side to start with, and then start to get into some bigger arm circles if that feels good for you today. Good, definitely getting us a bit warmer here. Last two, and one like that. And then forward motions, we're going to start with little scoops with our hands. So scooping your palms kind of back with that forward rotation, and then starting to add some elbows, starting to add some shoulders, getting bigger as you go, if that feels good, until that shoulder joint is nice and warm. Good, we'll do three more. Two, and last one here. Excellent. We're going to move into a little bit more mid-back work now. So sitting up nice and tall, taking one arm low diagonal and one arm upper diagonal. Whichever side you chose, you're going to stay on that same side. So the same arm is going to come up each time for now. Good. So moving through our rhomboids, waking them up with this big squeezing move, shoulder blades towards backbone. 3, 2, and 1. We will switch it up to the other side and do a few on that side. So shoulders stay low as those arms reach diagonally, one towards the ceiling and one towards the floor. Good, we'll do 3 more there. 2, and last one. All right, just depending on how you feel today, I'm going to add in a little bit of rotation next. If you know that that's not a good idea for you today, you will continue in the exact same movements as we were just doing. So we're going back to that first side, upper arm, and maybe we're rotating towards the side that's reaching up. So just a small controlled rotation. Trying to keep our hips even, so the rotation is through our spine and not because our hips are shifting in our chair. Good, so we'll do 3 more like that. 2, and 1. And then we'll do the same to the other side. So maybe you stay just with the arm movements, or you add that rotation towards the upward arm side. Okay, we'll do a few more here. 2 more. And last one here. All right. So we're going to warm up through the chest for a little while and through our core, and then we are almost finished warm up. I'm going to start that with a forward hinge, hands on our lap to start. If your core strength is somewhat compromised and you're wearing a chest strap right now, it will be very small moves. Belly button towards backbone is our first point of action, just like we did in our breathing warm up. And then maybe you're starting to hinge first with the support of your hands on your lap. And then I'll give you an option of adding a little bit more forward reach as well. So for now, we're just making sure those core muscles know that it's time to work. Forward hinge, nice and controlled on the way up and on the way down. Nice even breaths here as well. Good, so we'll do 1 more there. And then we're going to add in some arm movements and add back in the hinge if that's appropriate for you. So let's just do a really active press and then pull. Press and pull. So even though you don't have any weights in your hand right now, the motion of pushing away and pulling back in should start to activate some chest on the way out, some mid-back on the way back in. If you are comfortable doing a hinge here, you're welcome to make this a bigger move. So pressing farther forward as you hinge, just really watching your posture, that you have a nice long spine all the way from the top of your head down to your tailbone. Good. We'll do 3 more like this. 2. And last one here. Excellent. All right. We are almost ready to move into cardio portion of class for today. So today I'm going to do the cardio portion a little bit different than I've done before. We're going to do several different exercises in 30-minute segments. I'm going to have my handy phone here so that I keep myself on track, hopefully, and we will do the same sequence a few times through. So just give me a bicep curl while I'm talking, so we keep that heart rate up a little bit while I chat. All right. So for our different cardio exercises today, working at your own pace, of course, taking a rest when you need to, taking a water break whenever you need to as well. And I do have a 30-second rest period within our cardio a few times as well. So that'll give us a moment to kind of check in too. So give me one more like this. Good. I'm going to grab my phone and get ready to get my timer set up. I guess before I actually start the timer, though, I'll introduce the different movements, and maybe that'll be a good way to kind of finish our warm up and get going. I need a drink of water as well, so I'm going to grab one of those real quick. Okay, so I have 4 different cardio arm-based movements for today. Our first one is sprinter arms. So at a right angle, pumping arms. And this one, of course, can be at many different speeds, but I want it to feel like you have power through your chest muscles, through your shoulder muscles, and through your core with this. So that'll be our first one. You can kind of slow that one down, that you've just seen it. So now when we go right into it, you'll be ready. Our next one is jumping jack arms. It can be bent elbow or straight arms. It can also be both at the same time or one at a time. So this will be our second move, is either one at a time or jumping jack arms. You can go all the way up and over, up to you. So lots of different variations available there. So that'll be 30 seconds. And then the next one is burpees. And everybody hates them, but these ones will be okay. So if you are able to hinge, you're going to start down low and then you're going to go up high. If you are not hinging, you're going to press forward and reach up. So you can start low, sit up, go high. Start low, go high. So one more like that, just as an intro. Good. And then the last one is skier arms. So if you can imagine a cross-country skier sprinting for the finish, they're going to have both their poles reaching out front, and they're putting their body into it as they push those poles back and project themselves forward. So again, upright if that's better for you, or with a reaching hinge to really press and pull. Okay, so that's our 4 cardio moves. We'll do 30 seconds each of that. We'll take a 30-second break and then you'll see it again. So that is the plan. Here we go. Okay, my timer is started. Our first one is our sprinter arms. So 30 seconds. This is your first cardio for today. So be kind to yourself, ease yourself in, see how it feels. If you need to make some adjustments, that is totally fine. Good. I feel like I could probably set my timer, but I don't know if I trust that thing. So we're going to do this. Okay, that's our 30 seconds done. Our next one is jumping jacks, jumping jack arms. So it doesn't have to be both arms overhead. They don't have to even come all the way overhead. You can modify it to lower. You can do one at a time, whatever is better for you. Yeah, we're coming up on time on this one. Great. Our third one is our burpees. So that was either with a hinge or without. Reach down, reach up, reach down, reach up. Great. We got about 5 more seconds of this one, and then we're moving into our skier arms. Good. Last one here. All right, skier arms, here we go. And then we have a 30-second break. So the hinging is optional for this one as well. This is using a lot more rear shoulders. So shoulders are low away from your ears. So you have the power of your arms. Great, last 2 and 1. All right, take a little break, shake out your shoulders. Maybe give yourself a hug, release your shoulders and mid-back, any tension. Take a drink if you need to. And we have about another 10 seconds and we'll start that sequence again. My plan is to do about 4 or 5 times through, probably 4 for today of this exercise sequence. So you can kind of judge how that felt and if you need to make any adjustments. And here we go. So sprinter arms was our first one. We're doing the same 4 exercises, 30 seconds each. Yeah, creating that power through your shoulders, even getting the biceps into it a little bit. If you're making fists, you get that little bit more muscle engagement. Good, almost done this one. All right, getting ready for jumping jacks. When you're ready, set those shoulders, one arm or both. Great. Keep going. We got about another 5 seconds coming up here. All right, moving into our next one, burpees. Reach down, reach up, reach down, reach up. Keep going, 10 more seconds of this one. Moving from this one in a moment into the skier arms, and then we are taking a 30-second rest again. You'll do 1 more of these. Good, setting those shoulders, getting ready for skier arms, either with a hinge or without. So big press back. Again, it's the muscles making this press. So not just your arms swinging back, but a really deliberate move. Good, last one here. All right, shake it out, getting ready for that 30-second rest sequence again. Maybe you need a drink of water. Maybe you need to shake out your neck a little bit. I just dripped water all over myself. Okay, we have about 5 seconds and we are going again, starting with our sprinter arms. When you are ready, here we go. This is round 3 of 4. Looking good, lots of power. 10 more seconds here. After our sprinter arms, we have jumping jacks. So we'll get started on that right away. So last arm swing each side, set your shoulders, get ready for some jumping jacks. Again, the option of using one arm at a time or a little bit lower motion as well, if that feels better. Five more seconds here, moving into some burpees. So you'll do 2, 1. Good, setting those shoulders, reaching low, reaching high, reaching low, reaching high. Our next one is skier arms coming up right away. So you'll do 2 more burpees. And last one. Good. And then getting ready for those skier arms, either with a hinge or upright, nice powerful arm moves, shoulders away from your ears. Great, 5 more seconds here, then it's time for a 30-second reset. Last one. Great. Good, shake it out. Catch your breath. Maybe release through your neck or reach your arms wide, give yourself a hug, whatever you need to do to release and get ready for our last set of this cardio sequence. So we got about 5 more seconds and then we will begin with our sprinter arms. So here we go, when you're ready. That little bit of a squeeze, belly button towards backbone, just to activate our core muscles for stability here as those arms move with power. Our next one in a moment is going to be our jumping jack arms. Good, so a couple more pumps of the arms here and then getting ready for those jumping jack arms. Shoulders are low, arms come up and down, either both together or one at a time. Last time through for today. Great, our next one is burpees. We got a few more of these to do and then we'll get started on those. Let's do last 2 and 1, and then set those shoulders back and down. Get ready to reach down, reach up, with or without the hinge. And our last one coming up right away is our skier arms. Good, give me one last burpee. And then getting ready for those skier arms. Maybe you add the hinge, maybe you stay nice and upright for this one. Great, we're coming up on our 30 seconds. I'm gonna leave this clock running a little bit longer. If you've got a little bit more in you and you wanna give a sprint to the finish, I'll count you down. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Good work. All right, that was lots of great cardio there. So just shake it out a little bit, see how you feel. Catch your breath. We're getting ready to use our weight right away. So we're going to start some resistance training here. I'm going to stop my timer. And I'm going to grab my weight and another drink of water as we get going here. Okay. So our first weighted exercise today is our single arm military press. As I said, the weight is always optional. You can always do range of motion, especially if you have a shoulder injury or maybe your shoulder is a little bit sore and uncomfortable today and you know that it might get aggravated with the use of a weight. You can always do range of motion. Our starting point is with our elbow off to the side and our arm tucked in, and we're using our mid shoulder muscles for that extension overhead, and then a nice easy release. So you'll see this exercise again with a different focus, but for now your focus is overhead press. My plan is for us to do 10. I'm not very good at counting when I talk, as you probably already know. So we are going to do 5 more here, and that'll be approximately 10. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. See how that feels, especially as we get a little more tired. our shoulders tend to creep up a little bit to assist with the exercise. So just be aware of that and try and keep that shoulder low. We're switching to the other side and doing the same exercise. So checking in with your posture. Maybe you still add that little bit of belly button towards backbone feel to your core muscles, so that not enough that it restricts your breathing, but just enough that it gives you that bit of extra support, especially for these overhead moves. All right, so here we go on the other side. We'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Good. We're going to go back to the other side and do what seems like a very similar exercise, but our focus is going to be different this second time round. So whereas before we started down low for an upward press, this time we're going to start high. It doesn't have to be to full extension. With a soft elbow is just fine, and pull low. So we're trying to activate those lat muscles with an active pull down, and then an easy return back up to the top end. So starting up high, squeezing and pulling down low off to the side. That's when. Good. I'll count backwards now. We'll go 8, squeeze, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Good. See how that feels? It takes a little bit more focus to get your lat muscles working there, because of course our shoulders still have to do a fair amount of work on this particular exercise, but we want to turn that focus more to the side muscles, pulling our arm back down again. So when you're ready, get set up for that other side, up nice and tall, core muscles supporting, squeeze, pull down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Excellent. All right. Let's shake that one out. We are headed back to the first side again to do a different exercise. So we've now worked some mid shoulder. We worked our lats, so side back muscles. We're going to work in through our mid back, around our thoracic spine, and through our shoulder blade area, rhomboids, for our next exercise. So for this one, I'm going to offer you 2 different options. You can choose the one that works best for you. And actually, I'm going to set down my weight while I demo. You can keep your weight in hand if you like. All right, so you are either going to have the support of your free hand on your knee and do a close row that's upright, or with the support of your hand on your knee, you may decide to hinge, and the move will come slightly past your knee to the front. I might adjust my camera angle in a sec here so you can see better, and then still pull to your hip. So a little bit bigger movement, a little more use of the resistance when we have this forward hinge. And of course, we're using more core muscles here as well. So I'll let you decide which one is more appropriate for you today. I'm going to demo the upright one, but let me just shift my camera a little bit for you. All right. So we're going to do 10 of those. So you'll either be upright, nice and close, or hinged. Weight comes forward and then pulls back to your hip. Ready for 10. We're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Great. Switching that weight to the other side, depending on you. I will let you decide if you are upright or hinged on this side as well, and maybe different side to side. That's okay too. I'll demo from a hinged position for this next set. So when you're ready, shoulders in position, ready to row for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. All right, sit upright, check in with your posture, see how everything feels. We are going to do a, the word just fell out of my head, wood chopper, a modified wood chopper next. So for this one, I'm going to use the weight in both hands. I'm going to hold it vertically, I guess this would be. So from here, hips are nice and even, shoulders are going to stay facing forward, at least for this first set. And we will get started with the weight crossed to one knee. So check in with your posture. We're going to keep just soft elbows for this one. So if you think of the weight starting at your knee and ending just past your ear, that's what we're looking for. Big move. Down past your knee, up towards your ear. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Shake out those shoulders. They do have a tendency to start to creep by your ears a little bit on a move like this, where our hands are nice and close together and raising up. So shoulders stay low the whole time. The weight is at my opposite knee now. Elbows are softly bent. They're going to stay that way as I come from my knee up towards my ear. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. All right. I'd like to do this same movement again. I'm going to put down my weight for this next one. I'll demo it for you. You may decide you also want to have your weights just set aside for this particular exercise. It is just another set of wood choppers, but I'm adding a bit of rotation. So you have to be a little bit careful or just mindful if you do have weight in your hand that you still are moving with lots of control in this position. So if it's appropriate for you today to add a little bit of rotation, I'm going to slightly hinge and rotate towards my start position, and then rotate the opposite way towards my end position up high. So let's do 5 more of these. So if you were already trying them, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. And then we'll do the same on the other side. As I said, I've set my weight down because I feel like it's easier to focus my my concentration on protecting my spine by using my core muscles without a weight in hand as well. But if you feel this isn't quite enough workload, you're welcome to add a weight. So we're on the other side. We did about 7 in the end on that first side. So we'll do another 5 starting here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Perfect. All right. Shake that one out, reset your posture a little bit. I have a couple of core exercises for you now where you may want your weight in your hand again. So if you feel that's appropriate, come on and grab that weight. We are going to do some paint shakers next. So weight in hand, if that's comfortable for you, or weight is not necessary for these either. I'm going to change the tempo of this movement a little bit throughout, but for now, we're going to go little small moves forward and back, maybe no more than a foot away from your body and back in towards at about belly button level. And then you're going to start to speed this one up a little bit. So we'll keep this one very small to start. Very small. Starting to challenge those stabilizer muscles through our core, through our torso. Still taking nice even breaths in and out. We have a tendency when we do cardio to hold our breath. So just check in every once in a while and make sure you're still taking nice even breaths. Good. Start to slow this one down again. And then start to go bigger. So reach out to the front a little bit farther, only as far as your arms can go with elbow extension without the rest of your body following. And then see if you can get this one going a bit faster. It might not be as fast as that closer movement, but still a bit speedier. Good. And then slow it down, bring it in nice and close again. I have one last variation for you. If you need to take a break before you start it, that is okay with me. So our next one is a little bit of diagonal move. So we'll come off center. We'll go a little bit more one way, back to center, a little bit more the other, back to center. We're going to keep this one fairly close to start with. If you decide that you want to make this a longer move, so reaching farther afterwards, that's fine. But you might just speed this one up. So shoulders themselves facing forward. There is no rotation through the spine on this one. Good. Last two. And one. Excellent. All right. Come on back to center. We've used our rectal abdominals quite a bit, our front core muscles. I'd like to use our obliques, our side core muscles a little bit more now. So we will do that one now. Weight is optional for this one as well. If you like the little extra resistance of having that weight in hand, you're going to make sure your shoulder is set into position. Free hand can be on your lap, or it can be holding onto either your arm of your chair or the base of your chair, if you like, for a little bit of extra stability, because we want these hips to stay nice and even side to side in the chair as we take a small side flex and then contract through our obliques on the opposite side to bring us back up tall. And as you know, I kind of like to have a hand there. I like to feel that muscle contract as I come up tall. I know that it's doing its job. This one takes a bit of concentration. It's not just a side flex. It's a flex with the engagement of that muscle group. I'm not counting on this one. We're just going to do two more. And one. Great. And then we're going to move to the other side and do the same. So if you need to hold on for stability so those hips stay nice and even side to side, that is just fine. Getting ready to do our side flex back to center. And focused in on that side core muscle, obliques pulling you back up tall. Easier to focus when we're moving a little bit slower. So this one isn't one we want to do super speedy. Good. Let's do 3 and 2. And last one here. Excellent. All right, I am going to sneak in a rotator cuff exercise, and we are all done with resistance and ready to stretch. So this will be our last resistance exercise for today. We're going to do rotator cuff with 2 different hand positions. So the first time you do rotator cuff, your palm will be facing in towards center, or in towards your body in our start position, actually, which is cross body, shoulders set into position. Coming only as far out as it feels comfortable for your shoulder. So different for everyone, especially if you've had a shoulder injury. Good, so we'll do a few of these. We're just going to do 2 more like this. We are going to stay on this side and just change it up for a few more. So don't change anything other than checking in with your posture and rotating your palm to face up. So that's our only 2 adjustments, or it's really only 1 adjustment, I guess. Palm facing up as we go out and in for our last few here. So let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Setting that shoulder into position, elbow is glued to your side, palm is facing in our start position towards our body, and then rotating through that forearm to come out and in. Well, technically, I guess it's the shoulder that's doing the rotation, but the forearm is moving out and in. Good. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Check out that shoulder positioning. Rotate your palm to face up. And let's continue for a few more. Right, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Perfect. We are all done with that weight for today. We are ready to stretch. I'm going to grab another drink of water as we get ready to do that. Great. So shoulders are low, arms are going to come out to the side, expanding your chest with a big breath in and releasing, exhaling with a breath out, breath in and out. And the next time you come in, your arms are going to meet and cross into a big hug. Elbows are low, shoulders are low. Thinking about your shoulder blades kind of releasing away from each other, away from your backbone, just for a little gentle release. And then while we're here, we're going to stretch through our neck a little bit. So maybe you'll drop your ear towards one shoulder and hang out here for a breath or two. And then come back to center and drop your ear towards the other shoulder. And focus on nice even breaths in and out. Good. Head comes back to neutral position. Arms come out to the side. Big breath in, big wide stretch. Other arm on top if that's comfortable for you as we come around to give ourselves a hug again. This time we will also stretch out through our neck, but we're going to be looking down towards our hip on one side. So you can drop your chin and look down towards your hip. Take some nice even breaths in and out while you're here. And then back to neutral and moving on to that other side, chin down as you're looking towards your hip. And ease your way back to center. You can unwind those arms. We're going to maybe wiggle forward in your chair a little bit if that is good for you, and get ready to either have your hands on your hips or your backs of your hands in your imaginary back pockets. So just slid into a comfortable position where there's no shoulder pain, just looking for a little bit of front shoulder and chest stretch here. So you might puff up through your chest with the breath in and pull your elbows back. And then just release them to their start position with a breath out. So we'll move through a little bit of a sequence here, and then we will pause to get a stretch. Good. So we'll do that one more time with movement. The next time, as long as you're comfortable here, you'll take your elbows back and hold them there for a moment. And I'll give you a few different options here as well. So if this feels comfortable and you are comfortable without front support to do a small hinge, feel free to do that. Maybe your elbows pull back even a little bit farther then. We'll start there and then we'll reset and do one other option. Good. So you might come back up tall now and release those arms and just let them get a little check-in before we get back to that same position again. So for the next time we do this exercise, you have a choice of either going back into that exact same position. Hands are tucked into your back pockets with or without a hinge as those elbows pull back. Or if you have a chair back where you can grab onto the sides and maybe get a little bit more stretch that way. Great, taking
Thank you,
some nice
Rebecca.
even breaths in and out
Would let you
here.
know you cut out for about 5 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, we got a couple people working from home here today, and I have rural internet, so hopefully you got most of that. Thank you for letting me know. Surprisingly, the internet has been fairly stable, all things considered. All right, let's go ahead and give a little bit of release through our forearms, and then we will finish with the breathing exercise. So shoulders are low, back in our chair for some back support. We're going to take one arm out to the front, elbow is straight, gentle pressure through the back of your hand, releasing through your forearm. Take some nice even breaths in and out here. And then fingertips may come up towards the ceiling, still with that straight arm, gentle pressure in through the hand to get a little bit of a stretch through your inner forearm here. I hope when I froze in a flattering picture. Never. That's never the way it works. Good. Shake that one out. Wrist circle one way and then the other way. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Reach your arm out, fingertips down, gentle pressure through the back of your hand. Good. So just looking through for a stretch through the forearm. And then fingertips up, set that shoulder down, gentle pressure through your palm. Great, so you can release that one. Let's actually get both wrists going again here, just for a little extra release before we're finished. And then elbows. I guess I'm moving to the front first. So we'll do shoulders, nice big circles forward. And then we are going to reverse those circles, come to the back. Last one here. Great. From here, we will focus on breathing for the last few moments of class. So we're going to do this one in reverse to how we started class. We're going to start at our belly. You don't have to have your hand there. If you like that extra feedback, go right ahead. Maybe you'll take your eyes to close now. And we'll focus on that big breath in that fills up your belly like a balloon, and a breath out to bring your belly button towards your backbone. Good. Breath in and out. Those core muscles that we used in class today are helping to squeeze all the air out. Good. So we'll do one more with the focus at the belly. And then we'll change our focus to our chest. Hand on your chest is optional to feel the rise and fall. Big breath in, expanding through your chest. Breath out to release. And again. Good. We'll do two more like that. And one. And then maybe you'll take both hands just gently to your lap as we focus on postural breathing. So breath in, bringing the crown of your head close to the ceiling, and breath out to release out all the air. And maybe as you're doing this last breathing focus, you'll also do a little bit of a body scan and see how you feel after class today. And if there's anything either you have questions about or that you may need to modify for next time, just make a mental note. Good. So we'll do 2 more like that with eyes closed if you like. And 1. Then you can open your eyes. I always end class with 3 big breaths in. So we'll start down low and do that, reaching for the ceiling. Big breath in and release. 2 more. And last one. Great. Thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions, I am happy to chat for a few.
Thank you.
Thank you. Regan, nice to meet you. I don't think I've seen you in class before.
That's my first time. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice to meet you. Feel okay?
Yeah, tired.
Yeah, you got to pace yourself, especially when it's something that's new to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and make sure you have some water.
Been doing a lot of eating during the Christmas holidays.
Yeah, I know when there's lots of visiting time and not as much movement, it really gets you, right? When you get back into it, it's hard for the first little while, but I'm glad you're here.
And I think also a lot more sodium because my
Yes.
ankles all of a sudden started getting a little bigger.
Yeah, like all the cured meats and things. Absolutely. It's true. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a good
Thank
rest of the week. See you next
Yes.
week.
See you next week. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me. Bye, everyone.
Okay, see you next week.
See you next week.